Hey guys, so how can you get anything you want in life? This is a question, the golden question in life. If you knew the answer to this, you would be able to put your mind to something, achieve it, and never look back. So I'm going to give you my personal tips on how you can get anything in your life, and I want you to try it out. So see you in a moment. Okay guys, so first of all I just want to say I am in the sun looking head on, and therefore I've got my sunglasses on, so apologies for that. I'm not trying to be pretentious, it's just I can't actually see what I'm doing unless I have my sunglasses on. But anyhow, the first thing I want to say is how to get everything in life is a very vague way of saying how do you set goals and achieve them. I prefer the more specific type of question. So when people set goals, they kind of do it very fluffy, in a very fluffy way. So for example, I ask a lot of my students that come to me for mentoring on either the Millionaire Mindset or the financial trading aspect through Fortune Academy, and they often say, I want to be financially free, in 12 months. And I'm like, well, what does financially free mean to you? First of all, my first rule for you guys is be specific. I want a figure that you guys need to know. Very often, your goal is going to require money. So for you to be free to do whatever you want in life, whether it is I want to travel around the world and just work on a beach bar, well, you need to get to that part of the world that you need to be in a beach bar for. So I don't want you to think that money's not important. Money is important, but not because it's the only thing that matters. It's only important because it gives you freedom to do what you really want, which would be spending time with people you like, going to the places you like, living life the way you want, and maybe not sticking yourself in a job or in an office from 9 o'clock in the morning till whatever time in the evening, or so I want to help people be wealthy. Why? Because I've been in a 9 to 5 and I set some big goals back in 2004, and I never looked back because I learned from many coaches, lots of studying from neuroscience, techniques and everything else under the sun, how to achieve a goal and how to actually achieve it. So what to do? Number one, be specific. So don't just say financially free. That is too fluffy a word. If you cannot tell me the exact detail of what you want to achieve, then you're not going to achieve it. So number two, you need to write it down. Writing it down is far more powerful than just saying it or telling yourself or somebody else that you're close to that I want to be financially free and I want to be not in this job for, after 12 months, I want to do something really creative, or I want to start my own business. So all of that has to be specific. I want figures. So maybe some of my students say things like, okay, if I'm specific, I want to earn 5k a month in 6 months, and then I want to earn 10k a month after that, and I want to be setting up a business in God knows what. Okay, that's up to you. So first of all, I will tell them, be specific. Number two, write it down. Get a journal, write it down, write the details down, write down exactly what you want to achieve in very much clarity, very much detail. So what I want you to do is effectively you're creating a work of art. You're creating a picture of your new life in the present tense. If I said to you, don't think of a golden goat, what would you think of? You'd think of a golden goat. Even though I said don't do it, your brain doesn't work that way. You need to be very clear about how your brain is wired. It is all about the language. So if you tell your brain, one day I will have £10,000 a month in income, that one day is in the future tense, and that one day is always going to be in the future tense because your brain also knows that it can't be present tense. So you need to put everything in present tense. You need to put your lifestyle, your 9 to 5 life, if you're still going to have one, or your business plans, or your travel plans, or your whole family life plans in present tense. Do that until everything makes sense. Now I want you to put as many things in that goal. Whatever you want to really come true, you've got to write it down. I want you to then thirdly anchor it to music. So that means put in some headphones, anchor it to some sound that you've not heard before, some music or something instrumental or inspiring that evokes some real deep kind of inspiration when you're listening to it. And when you visualize that, you will really feel like, yes, I really can't wait to be that person and achieve that. Now number 4 is I want you to then write, who am I going to have to be to achieve that goal? There are a few other steps in between all of this, just so you know, but I'm just giving you an outline so you've got something to work with. Otherwise I'd be here for hours, so I don't want to do this. So my point is, you cannot be that same person if you want to achieve something new. So I want you to really focus on who that person is going to be and describe the characters. For example, that person is very mentally sharp, that person is fit, healthy, because their mind is their focus, and therefore they don't eat trashy food, they don't drink alcohol every night, they are working out every morning, and they're keeping mentally, all of the things that would inspire you in a person, that you're like, you know what, that person's really got their shit together. That's why they are working out every day, or eating healthy, having a good life, and has a good relationship at home, is able to travel, and is able to make good decisions, and is strong, and a leader, etc. All the stuff that, I don't care if you don't feel like that's even you right now, but you need to be able to write that on paper. When you can visualize yourself in that form, that's when the magic happens. So that's effectively what you've created there, as an alter ego. There are some very famous people that use an alter ego that you already know of, such as Beyonce. She will be using Sasha Fierce on stage, and herself is very different, but that's the alter ego achieves what she wants to achieve in her career. So it's very important to use an alter ego, and eventually what you'll find is you'll morph into that person, or you'll be very happy to switch between the two. It's called peak state. So I want you to create yourself a new peak state, whereby you act differently, carry yourself differently, you make new decisions because of that. And the neuroscience behind all of this, and I've only given you an outline just so you know, the neuroscience is so strong that if you visualize, anchor this to the music that I have told you about, inspirational music, and if you repeat this like visualization process, looking at yourself in the third person and watching yourself and morphing into that person every morning, every night, you just fall asleep to it, let it go into your subconscious, wake up in the morning and implement all your decisions via that alter ego, I promise you things will change. So I've just given you an outline, I've given you 4 steps. Make use of them and start putting them into use today, right now. Get a journal, get a pen, and write down stuff. You never have to look at this stuff again, because it's like planting a seed. A few months later, you wouldn't dig up a seed to see if it's still growing. The watering of a seed is you then meditating on it on falling asleep. You listen to that music, visualize that when you fall asleep, and when you wake up, you switch it on and jump into peak state, and you remember who you have to be, and you carry on your day in that way, not in the previous older person. So you conduct your whole life that day by day, through the alter ego. That way you are more likely to achieve the goals that you want, and ultimately you can get whatever you want in life. Now, if you really want more detail on this, because there is so much more, I cover 6 areas in my Millionaire Mindset program. We go from subconscious reprogramming to your money relationship, which is also subconscious. We look at goal setting. Again, we go through this massively, a lot more. What you've got is literally 10%. Then we go through to toxic relationships, how to neutralize it, how to get the charge out of the toxic relationships, how to deal with that. And then number 5, we deal with problems with being wealthy and being at that next level, because they do come with new sets of problems, and you need to know how to deal with that. And last but not least, we talk about peak performance routines, health, fitness, mindset, etc. How to have a morning routine, what do you do at night routine, how do you deal with stress, everything in between, everything. So this is a very intense process. I have a lifetime membership for this, and it works. I have had some serious results from my students. My students have been hitting financial goals like never before. I've had one of my students make 100,000 in just 3 days, when before, 7 months ago, she was struggling to even get to 25k a month. So I have helped her, and she's also put the work in. So it's a two-way thing. But a business owner can achieve those kind of goals in just 7 months. If you've got the same hard work attitude as she does, then you too can achieve whatever you want in life. So go out there, do what I've told you, and I hope you learned a lot. So in the meantime, give me your comments below, send me any questions you've got, message me on my social media. My links are all below, and subscribe to my channel, because the next video that comes out, you are going to need to watch it, because they're going to be very, very interesting topics. So I hope that helped you. This is Hither Mann from Fortune Academy. I will see you in another video. Bye.